Hey, you guys, happy April 16th. I want you guys to know I am doing great. Yesterday, I went with a bunch of ladies. We went to see a comedy show at church. It was good. That was my first time getting together with a bunch of ladies. I went out with a bunch of ladies, so it felt good to get out. It really did. That was the first time ever I did something like that, and I had an awesome time. Um, Other than that, I am doing good. I am getting the hang of doing things by myself without crying so much. I'm learning to get used to having this in my hand and having this in my hand. Okay, and I can go to Home Depot and Lowe's and try to figure out what I need, and I don't cry anymore. I am a big girl, and I learned to walk around my house. My house is pretty big. I learned to walk around the outside of my house and remember what my husband used to teach me and taught me, and walk around my house and look around and see what needs to be done. Just look up around the house and see what needs to be done, if something needs to be nailed or pound in or whatever, and if I need to do it or get one of my boys to do it for me. I did learn this, that I learned that a lot of people, businesses, whatever, they do not help widows. If you're not 65 plus, you will not get any help. I did learn that you had to be, they expect a widow to be 60, 65. If you're not going to get any assistance. I became a widow at the age of 47. I had just turned 47. My husband died a week after my birthday. He gave me a big surprise birthday party. And he died a week after my 47th birthday. Day I'll never forget, on a Monday morning. A lot of things I had to learn to do. He did all the cooking for me. I didn't know how to cook, but I did assist him and watch him. He did the shopping, and I didn't know how to shop for groceries, so I was just always on the side of him because we did everything together, and I would just walk with like a child will hold a basket, and he said, I need this, I need this, I need this. And so it was very hard for me to go start grocery shopping. I didn't know how to buy food because he did everything, and when you had a person to do everything for you, it is very hard. It was very hard for me to even start grocery shopping on my own. First time I went grocery shopping, I cried because I didn't know how to buy groceries, or what kind of meat to buy. Everything was hard. It was like starting over from scratch, which it is. When anything and everything he did everything for my car. He did everything for me. And if you're a widow and a woman as a widow, you understand where I'm coming from. And you just can't go to anybody and ask them to assist you to do things. You have to learn, you have to start paying for things like that, and just the little things and stuff costs. You know, he would walk around my car to make sure everything was right with my car, check my tires, just did everything to see I didn't have no leak or no oil leak. He did everything, and now I have to go to get these things done, and these things cost money when he would do everything for me. And these things, sometimes I cry because these things add up, and there's no place that could assist me because either I make too much money, that's what they claim, but when you add all my bills up, my bills and my money just, I mean, I make too much money to get this. I can't get no kind of assistance because, and the aid that they offer, you have to be 65 or whatever, and I can't qualify for it, and I'm not of poverty to get any kind of assistance. And sometimes it do take a toll on me, and it's just, and sometimes I do cry because, even though my husband been gone for 2.5 years, it takes a toll. And, when I was reading about that, they call it broken heart syndrome because when I was talking to in my grief class, and that's why I started going to grief class, because my father died years ago, and I watched my mom grieve over my daddy, and I didn't know what grieving really was until I watched my mom grieve herself to death over my daddy. My mom only lived 13 months exactly over my dad, and that's when I started reading about it, and I couldn't understand, how did that happen to my mom? I thought it was me. Why did I let that happen to my mom? And it wasn't me. And I started reading about it, I'm like, oh God. I said, if that ever happened to my husband, I would never let that happen to me. But I had no idea that I would lose my husband. And in the beginning, I found myself being my mama. In the beginning, I was doing the exact same thing she was doing. I was crying like she was doing. I was becoming my mama. I was doing what I said I would not do. I was really becoming my mama. Everything she was doing, I was doing. But I caught myself. I'm like, well, look, you becoming your mama. Do you remember what happened to her? And I knew I needed some kind of help. But it wasn't a church thing I needed. It wasn't about church I needed. I needed some kind of help, but it wasn't about church. I needed some kind of support, some kind of grief support. And you see what I was doing? I was going about it the wrong way. I thought in my head, if I would, this is what I was doing and it was wrong. I thought if I would I kept going to Facebook, and I was wrong. I was going to Facebook, and I was going to my husband's page, and I was reading about my husband's page, and I wanted everybody to put something about my husband's page, his Facebook page. And you better put something about my husband's Facebook page. You better keep putting something about my husband's Facebook page. You better say something about my husband's Facebook page. I want you to keep on saying something about him. I want you to keep on putting something about his Facebook page, because I wanted everybody to keep saying something about my husband's Facebook page. But that was wrong. Because the more you said something about his Facebook page, even though I wanted you to, the more I was hurting, because at the end of the day, I would cry because I was missing him. I was missing him, even though I want you to keep on saying it. I want you to keep on showing me pictures of him. The more you put out there about him, the more you said something about him, the more I saw, the more it kept coming to me. The more it was feeding me. It was feeding me. The more I saw. It was like food. It was nourishment to me. But the more that kept coming to me, the more it was hurting me. And I didn't realize what it was doing to me. It was hurting me. It was hurting me. But I wanted it. I wanted that pain. I wanted that pain. I wanted that pain. I wanted that pain. I wanted to feel it. But I want not only for me to feel it, I wanted you to feel it. I wanted you to feel it. I wanted everybody to feel it. I wanted to hurt, but I wanted everybody else around me to hurt too. I wanted you to feel that pain like I was feeling. I didn't want nobody to laugh because nothing was funny. I wanted everybody to feel what I was feeling. I was hurt. I was in pain. And I wanted everybody around me to feel the pain and hurt that I was feeling. Because I'm hurting. And I need you to hurt like I'm hurting. Don't you know I'm living a miserable life right now? My whole life has been shattered. And I need you to know exactly how I'm feeling. So don't you come around me laughing. Feel the pain like I'm feeling. Now keep showing those pictures. Keep showing it and feel the pain like I'm feeling. And then all of a sudden, my son came to me. He said, Mama, you need to get up. You need to start going back to church. Why are you laying here? I was balled up on a sofa like a baby. I was just cradled like a baby, like an infant. But it wasn't church I needed. It wasn't about church. I needed some kind of help. Why am I watching these Facebook pages? Why am I watching? I was printing out my husband. I wanted to see if I start blowing up pictures of my husband and putting it in frames and just putting it everywhere around the house. And it wasn't this house here. It was another house we were staying in, and I just wanted to blow up all kind of pictures of him. I wanted everybody to just keep blowing up pictures of my husband. I wanted a picture in every room. Let me look at him. Let me just see him. Let me just see him everywhere room I go to. And the more I saw him, the more I started crying. But I wanted that pain. I wanted to feel it. I wanted everybody to feel it. Let me just feel that pain. Why did I want the pain? But I needed some kind of help, but it wasn't church. Not now. I didn't need church. It wasn't church what I needed. I needed some kind of help. So what I did, I started researching. I started researching. I decided, I said, you know what? I need some kind of counseling. I need some kind of counseling. I need some kind of counseling. I need somebody to talk to. Somebody that's going through some kind of pain like I'm going, some kind of grief counseling class. So I started researching, where can I go? I need to be around people like me, some hurting people. Some kind of hurting people. So I started researching. I need to be around some grief hurting people. But I knew I couldn't pay for it. But every time I found some kind of people, some kind of grief class, the small churches, they wanted a fee. They wanted me to pay. Or I had to be a member. And then when I thought I found somebody, a grief class, I went to the website and I saw some old women and men playing some checkers. I'm like, what the hell? Checkers? These old people playing some checkers. Oh, no. And then I found one. Yeah, I found one. I couldn't believe it. It was at one of those mega churches. I didn't care. I said, I'm going. I'm going there. I said, I need some help. And my son said, I'm going too, Mama. I need some help too. And we made up our mind that Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, we was going to be there. And that first night, those folks welcomed me. And I cried like a baby. I cried, and I cried. And they opened their arms up to me. That was the best decision I made. I can't believe I did that. And that was one of the best decisions I made. Because the church we was going to, I knew that I couldn't go back there because that's where me and my husband went. And it was too hard. It was just too hard because that's where he did everything there. So if you're on Facebook and you're posting like I was posting, and you want everybody else to post, and you want to know why you still hurting, it may be those pictures. It may be something you're saying. It took me to get off of Facebook. It took me to go to those grief classes for me to start getting over this pain. Because the more I post, and I kept wondering, well, why is this pain still there? Well, maybe if I would get off of Facebook, maybe if I stop listening to my little mind, get off of Facebook, get off of Instagram, get off of Twitter, I wasn't ready. The pain started going away. The pain stopped. It disappeared. And I'm not going to say it's going to work for you. Excuse me. I'm not going to say, I can't say it's going to work for you. But I know what worked for me. I know that worked for me because, excuse me, because the more I stayed on Facebook, the more the pain came. And I wasn't ready. I was not ready to hear or to see those pictures. And like now, I'm still not ready. I don't want to watch my wedding. I have a picture here of me, my husband, and our children. But I don't have a picture out of me and my husband. I have a box here that I created. It's like a little bus tub, little plastic container with a lid on there. And what I did, I wrote on there my husband's name and my name. I put in there our memories. And a lady at work taught me this. Because her and her husband, she's a widow also. And she taught me this. She said, take your plastic container, whatever, and put you some special memories in there for you and your husband. And she said, whenever you want to have that special time with him, you open that tub up and you have your memories with your spouse. And so I did. I bought me one of those plastic containers with the lid, and I put in our wedding pictures in there, and I put our album in there. I put our DVD tape in there. I put a piece of my wedding dress, a piece of his wedding suit in there. Just some little, we had our our wedding. He bought me on our anniversary. Um, he bought me a wedding bracelet. It says it's our anniversary, and he bought his and hers bracelet on there. Um, just little things that we used to like to wear. We had a shirt, and he bought me his and hers shirt, just little things like that. And I put in a little bus tub, and like his favorite, my favorite that he used to like us to wear. And I bought a big old tub, and I put it inside there. And and she said, whenever you want that special time with your husband, she said you open it up and you have that moment with him. She said that's what you do whenever you're ready. And I thought that was such a perfect idea. She said when you want that time with him, open that box up, and you have that time with him. And I thought that was just a perfect idea. And that's what I did. And that's what I created. And another thing too, and I noticed when I got off of Facebook and I got off of a lot of those sites, I started healing. I started becoming stronger. And I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody. Each person is his own. And I start exercising. I start eating better. I start strengthening my mind. And I knew I did not want to fall in the same situation or what, that my mom did. Even though in the beginning I was. But I knew I wanted to make some changes. And I didn't want, just like I had a friend of mine, a couple of friends we used to know when we was married, or before my husband passed. One is this guy's wife. Every time I would talk to her, she would tell me over and over, "Girl, I can't believe your husband gone. Girl, I can't believe and she used to start crying. And every time she's like, "Girl, I don't know what you're going to do, what you're going to do, what you're going to do." And every time I would see her, she would start crying, and she would make me cry, and I would get so emotional. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to ever heal why she's doing this to me. And I got to the point until I was like, oh, I can't deal with this. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And so I got to the point until when she would call me, I was like, click. I just lose. I'm like, oh my, I'm so sorry. I lost the call. I was just making excuses why I couldn't talk to her, because I'm like, I cannot heal with her. I should not have to relive this over and over and over again. I'm not going to live this. Don't make me miss my husband every time you call me. Don't tell me how to grieve for my husband. I should not have to grieve on your call. Let me grieve when I want to grieve. Don't tell me how to grieve. Don't tell me when should I heal. Sometimes you have to release some people. And a lot of these couples, I'm here to tell you, if you cannot stay with those same couples anymore, even though you may want to, the release gonna have to be released. You're not gonna stay in that same thing. And I know you do know that, because it was told to me. It was told to me, and I'm telling it to you. Because you're not going to feel comfortable. They're not going to be comfortable, because the reason why, because every time they see you, they're going to think about your spouse. Every time you see them, you're going to think about your spouse. It's just a known fact. You're going to feel uncomfortable. They're going to feel uncomfortable. Why should either you feel uncomfortable? It's a known fact. You're going to automatically back yourself up. Just like I did. just like many people before you did. And the same thing I'm telling you is the same thing someone told me. They told me this, and I could not believe they was telling me. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Well, guess what? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And it's okay. It's okay because it's okay. I was so busy trying to keep my husband alive when he's not. He's not here. But it's okay. I had to accept that. In order for me to move, I had to accept it because I had refused to be in that 22%. The 22% that says a wife or a husband will grieve over a spouse. 20%. Statistics shows 20% of spouse dies after they lose their spouse. I had refused to be in that number. I refused to be in that number. I said I will not be on 22% in that number. I said I will not be in that number. What do I need to do to not be in that number? That's what I said. Tell me, what do I need to do to not be in that number? That's what I said. I start exercising. I start eating right. I got off of Facebook. I released everything and anyone that couldn't help me, because I had to live in the future. I'm going to always love my husband because he's the father of my children. He was the first husband, and I was his first wife. And I probably would never marry again. But I have to live in the present. And I have to be there for my children and one day my grandchildren. And if I plan on living, then I have to live in the future. And I can't live in the past. So I had to put away all this stuff. I had to get rid of the pictures. I had to put the pictures up. So now all the pictures are away, except the family picture. I have the family picture out, but the pictures of me and him is put up in that special place. So whenever we want that special time, when I want that special time for me and my husband, for me to relive, for me to look at the pictures, then I'll go and look at them. But I'm not ready to look at them now because I'm still in the healing process. Because I miss many days crying. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of those sleepless nights. Tired of sleeping on the sofa. Yes, I did move because I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay in that same house. Some people stayed. I couldn't. I could not stay. That was the best decision of my life, was when I moved. That was one of the best decisions. One of the best decisions I could have ever made is when I moved. Facebook, no. So glad I got off. I made me think better. I love my husband family. but I can't be around them like I used to. Because I know when they look at me, they think about my husband. Because when I'm around them, I think about my husband. Okay, let me explain something to you. When I say I don't need to be around my family, my husband family, as much as I used to, my children, which I have sons, they are all grown, even though I have my youngest staying with me. He is 22 years old, and the other two are grown. One is married, one lives in Houston. They are all grown. I have sons. They are all grown, and they can drive, which means they could drive to my in-laws' house, which is my husband's family home. And when I say I don't need to be around my husband's family a lot, as much as I used to, is because it's just a reminder that my husband is not there. And when I'm talking about is that all my husband's siblings are married. Okay? Just like when I took the cruise to the house, like took the cruise with them, that was the worst experience I had because I did more crying than I ever thought I would do. Because I was the only one that didn't have a spouse with them. And my sister-in-law, she did come and she didn't bring her spouse. And maybe it was too early for me to go then. But I'm not saying I won't visit them, which I am, but I don't need to stay as long as I used to. You know, because that's just a reminder that I don't have my spouse. And it's not like I'm not going to go there, but I just don't need to stay as long as I used to. And I don't need to go to everything. I'm not saying that you don't not to go, but when you have grown children like I do, I don't need to be involved in everything that goes on. Especially if it's gonna still hurt, like in my situation. It may not work for you. So I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm speaking of me. Wherever the pain gonna be, as for me right now, again, I'm talking about referring to me. I have to stay away from pain. So wherever there's pain at, I can't be around right now. I love my husband's family like they're mine because I've been in the family for a very long time. That's my family. But as for now, I cannot go to everything anymore because it's just too hard for me. I hope you understand. I love my husband's family, but I have to give myself some space to heal. I have to give myself some time to heal. I need to heal. You have to take care of you now. I have to take care of me now. Because in order for you to take care of your children, you have to take care of you. Make sure you're exercising, even if you just putting it on YouTube and doing some walk in place, walk up and down stairs if you have it. Work on that mind. Do some meditation. Do some reading. I went back to school. I got my degree. I'm working on me now. And it feels good. It still gets hard. Sometimes my money is tight. But there's people before me done it. Find your grief class. Get you as many grief books as you can. Get you as many grief books. Find as many widows as you can. Remember, just because somebody gonna come to you and say, well, I lost my grandmother, I understand what you're going through. No, they don't. I lost my sibling. I understand what you're going through. I lost my sibling. It's not the same. I lost my mama. I lost my daddy. I know that's not the same. I could tell you how I feel to lose your mama, to lose your daddy, and to lose a sister. Come to me, and I can tell you how I feel to lose a sister, a mama, and a daddy. That's 3 different things. That's a different kind of feeling to lose a mama, a different kind of feeling to lose a daddy, a different kind of feeling to lose a sister. And it's a totally different kind of feeling to lose a spouse. They are not on the same level. So if somebody come to you and tell you, I know how you feel because when I lost my grandmother, or when I lost my sister, or when I lost my brother, or when I lost my daddy, that's not the same thing. Please, if you're telling that to a widow or somebody told you that, that's not the same thing. That's on a totally different level. You're not sleeping with your mama. You didn't sleep with your daddy. You didn't sleep with your sibling. You only slept with your spouse. That's on a total different page. Don't ever tell that to a widow. I can't seem to understand when people say that. And you think they understand, you're totally mistaken. Until you lost a sibling or a parent, and then you lose your spouse, you know that's a totally different thing. I know the difference. It's painful to lose any of them. But when you lose a spouse that you've been with for 26 years, 26, yes, that's how many years I was with mine. Every part of my body, every part of me, when I tell you, a part of me died when he went away. A part of me left. A part of me is still gone. A connection that I can never get back. Each day I fight. I fight. If you lost your spouse, connect with a widow. Keep on reading Find every YouTube video. There's so much video. There's so much information out there for widows. Get it, read it, learn it, get those books, vlog, write down how you're feeling. I wrote my husband a letter. Write down exactly how you're feeling. Let it out. Let it out. And know it is going to get better. It's going to get better. And don't forget, you guys, keep his dream alive. Keep his dream alive. My husband died from a heart attack. I'm running, not running, but I'm walking in his name for the heart walk in memory of my husband. So make sure you keep your husband or your wife or your significant other name alive, wherever they died from. Make sure you do something in honor of them. Make sure you keep their name alive. Do something in honor of them. That's the best gift that you can do. And that's one thing I'm doing. Also, too, my husband was a gardener. Not a gardener by trade, but he used to like to plant things, veggies. So I've been working in the yard all day, digging a garden. So I'm planting my veggies. I'm also eating better. So I'm taking care of me, and I'm pretty sure he will want that. So take care of yourself. Be blessed. And you can do this. We can do this together. Your spouse will want you to. Be blessed. Until next time. Bye-bye.